Oh, hello everybody, come on in. My name is Liz. This is the Crafty Queens page. Sorry, I dropped something. I was trying to find it, or maybe it was just this. We're gonna make a scrapwood house today. I hope we get that far. We got lots to do, and 45 minutes to do it. If we don't finish it, that's okay. I'll finish it on Thursday when we hop back on. Let me pull up comments down here. I hope everybody's having a great day. And let me not forget where all my stuff goes here. This is what we're going to be making, y'all. This is what we're going to be making. Let's see. Here we are. Okay. Good morning, Sandra Diddle. How are you, girl? Okay, so. We have lots of plans. Hopefully we get all this done today. If not, I will hop back on Thursday around the same time and finish it up. But I would love to get it all done today. There's just a lot to do. So I did as much as I possibly could and planned as much as I could before I hopped on. But there's still, I think, 3 days and 7 nights worth of work to do. Hello, Miss Denise. Good morning. Miss April's here. Good morning, girl. Miss Tracy's here. Okay, you guys, it's 9:16. Let's get started. Thank you for sprinkling. The first thing I think I need to do is drill holes, okay? Yeah. We're going to use these for our roof, okay? And I got these. It was like one big tile. It's a sticky tile. They sell it at Home Depot for sure. Possibly some other places. I absolutely love the rusty crustiness. So I've already cut, and I just used these, which you probably shouldn't do. I use these because that's what I had to cut it. And y'all know I like the rustic look, so I don't care that it cut it all wobber-jawed, okay? Good morning, Belle's Creative Studio. Hello, Miss Mary. How's everybody doing this week? Hey, girl. Hi, Bonnie. Hi, Patty. Hi, Pat. Hi, Kelsey. Hi, Kelby. I missed a few thousand people. Hope you are doing good. I'm doing great, girl. Thank you. Hello, Miss Pamela. Okay, y'all. I think the first thing I need to do is drill some holes for later, because once I paint, I'll forget where I wanted all those and possibly even forget to do it, okay? Good morning, Miss Carol. Good morning, April. Thank you for dealing the queens. I already said good morning to you, girl. I'm sorry. Good morning, Miss Irma. Hello, Miss Pat. Babs is here. Iona's here. Hi, everybody. How's your week going? How was your weekend? Tell me all the things. I don't even know what today is. Today Tuesday, right? Yeah. Okay. So I've got a lot of it planned out. So I'm getting used to this tool here. It's a rotary tool, kind of like a Dremel, but it's a Hardell brand. Okay, and so I've been getting used to it. I'm going to close that so my paper doesn't fall out. And it can do all these things, okay? And if you need the link, you can send me a message. I just got it off of Amazon. I used the saw part already. Hopefully this is good and charged for us. I used the saw part already just to kind of, there we go, just to kind of cut this. But now, as you can see, it's super rough. It's very, very rough. In fact, I was using this and it's not getting it done fast enough, so we're gonna switch. So we're getting used to our rotary tool. It comes with this cute little case and this cute little case, so you can take it with you when you travel and whatnot. So we're gonna use that first because I think I need to drill my holes first. Now let me see here. I got it backwards. There we go. All right. So we are just going to push this little doofloppy in and start loosening this up. I'm very new at this tool. I think this is my second time using it. Okay, I'm going to set that there because I need to actually spend time and take that apart later before I put it back in here. And then I've got one of these like little sanding wheels on here. You get several of them with your little kit. And it comes with like polishing things, drill hole things. So we need to sand and drill holes. Polishing drill hole. Some like diamond burrs, these are sandpaper, the saw. It comes with a few different things. So I'm gonna put the sand one in here real quick, since I guess that's what I was just talking about. And then you're just gonna tighten her back up. Once you think you got it, you're gonna pull on everything, make sure it's good and secure. Hello everybody. Okay, and I'm going to use my dust mask real quick. My husband sees me without the dust mask, guys, we're gonna be in trouble. All right, So I'm gonna put this on real quick, and I'm gonna turn this on. It's just a power button. It'll spin this, and I'm gonna have to do it down here so I can sweep it up. But I'm basically gonna just take these rough edges that my saw got through that wood, and I'm just gonna sand those real quick, okay? You could use gloves. They make like workman's gloves. However you find it easiest. But like I said, this is my second time using it. I'm just trying to get used to it, because it can do all kinds of things. I'm just not comfortable with all the things yet. I was scared to death to use the saw today, but it worked out well. So I'm just trying to keep my fingers back. Be careful. I love that it has a light too. Y'all know how blind I am. All right, that should be good. Because this is going to be an old rustic house, so it doesn't have to be perfect. Just didn't want to spend a ton of time, because I felt like I already spent a ton of time. All right, then you're going to turn it off and take this down so you can breathe. Oh my God, that thing works. I tell you what, it'll suffocate you before it'll let any dust up in there. Yes, this is from Amazon, and it just has like a USB charging thing. Charging cord, and it's called a Hardell brand, but it's a rotary tool just like a Dremel. I wish I could remember how much I paid for it, but it was maybe around 20-25 bucks. Hi Lucille, good morning. Did I say hi to you, Miss Iona? Hello girl. Okay, so we've got that nice and smooth. Now let's switch her out. And we are going to drill some holes. Okay, now let me see. And you've got different size, like you got to make sure that your little, there's tutorials on it, okay? I had to YouTube it, because you know how good some of the instructions can be when they're sent, right guys? Y'all know. Y'all know how good those can be. Okay, that's pretty big. Good. Because I kind of wanted to use this one. I think this will fit my nails better. Yes. Okay, fabulous. Now we're going to push that in. And you might hear some kids screaming and crying and hollering and hooting and everything else, okay? All right, now let me get this the rest of the way tightened up here. Good morning, Miss Sheila. How are you, girl? Okay. Do I have it? I think I got it. I believe so. All right. And then we're going to drill a few holes. So, we're doing like a little mini house, right? And so, later, do I just have these three? I think I might ought to just have these three. Oh no, I have four. There's one on here too. So later we're going to be putting some nails or screws in here. Set this to the side real quick. And so before I paint, I want to drill my holes so I don't forget to do that step or where that step was, because I've already measured and all the stuff, okay? So we're just going to drill some holes. Yeah, I think that's all I need to tell you. And then we'll get to texturing and painting. And I hope I get to assemble it with y'all today. All right, so I've got two holes that are gonna go on the side. I just marked them with a pencil. Okay, and we're gonna turn this sucker buster back on. Okay, and I'm just gonna go straight down. I almost went to blow it off. That won't work. Okay, so I can't blow it off right now, but two little holes, right? Simple enough. I'm gonna do the same thing here. Hopefully y'all can see good. And I love this light because it does help. Now I don't need my holes to go all the way through for this project. I just need stuff to be sticking out of there. But if you do, just use a scrap piece of wood and just go right on top of there. I think that should be deep enough. And then I should have one more. take this off. We're gonna just press that. Okay, now we are good for a minute. I think that's all I need that tool for. So, I'm getting used to that. It's kind of like a Dremel, and it's called a Hardell. And I got it off of Amazon. If y'all need the link, let me know. But that way later, good morning, Miss Shannon. Look what my husband, I mean, he brought me a whole thing of them. I guess I can show you the whole thing. But he got these out of a fire pit for me to craft with. So that's what we're going to use as like our chimney in some cases, not in this particular house. That's what we're going to use just to embellish. And some of it, it'll just be like the nail head that you'll see. Or there's new ones that I threw in here because I'm like, that's an awesome idea. Let's rust those. But there's washers. There's all kinds of rusty, crusty goodness, right? So that is the reason for the hoses. We're going to be putting little tiny rusty ones in there. It's okay, my daughter. Has 200. Wow, that's awesome, Carol. Good. I'm glad you're using it, girl. Hello, Miss Karen. Goodness, $36.99 in Canada. Ooh, Harbor Freight. Oh, do they really? I don't think I've ever been there. Hi, Jan. This is going to be a little scrap wood house. People will also make them out of driftwood, things like that. So, let me see here. This is going to go like foam. And we are going to figure out, I've got kind of a color palette happening. I always have like, this is actually antique white. And then I always have like some sort of white, brown, and black, right? Because I inevitably need them. And then I just grabbed some other fun colors. And I don't know why, but ever since I went to Arizona, like when I think of summertime now, I think of like Arizona colors. I don't know, but I love them together. So we're going to do kind of that theme. Now, Alana clearly used this for something in the past, so I got to get over that and do all that. All right, so I'm just going to kind of show you briefly here how it will go. And you could do the very back of the house too. I just ran out of time, so we'll see what we all get done today. But just so y'all have an idea, we're going to have some windows, we're going to have a door, we're going to have little sections coming off this house, and it'll obviously be painted and beautiful. And then, like I said, this is going to be our little roof, these tiles here. Woo, and so it'll be something like this shape-ish when we're done. I may or may not decide to add anything to the back. We might just leave the back flat. We're still, you know. That's from Amazon, Miss Karen, and it's called a Hardell. Hardell is the brand, but it's called a rotary tool. If you put one in, you might find other. I just put in rotary tool, and then I searched by 4 stars or above, and then read through and see what would work for my purposes. Okay, so we've got some roofs to do here, so I'm gonna maybe do those first, and then I'll put all my doors together maybe. Okay. Yeah. Let's start there, because I don't know after that. I don't know after that. Oops, what is the tool? It's called a rotary tool, like R-O-T-A-R-Y, and it's a Hardell. This particular one's a Hardell brand, but it's kind of similar to a Dremel. And it does come with the carrying case, and it comes with a bunch of attachments as well. And we showed a couple at the beginning there too. Good morning, Miss Eva. How are you, girl? What was I doing? What is this? Roofs? Okay, these are roofs. I'm gonna do these, I think, like maroonish colored. So since this roof will be seen on sort of both sides, I'm gonna go ahead and paint both of these sides here. There'll be a little glue, but mostly it'll be shown. And this one is the Tuscan Red by Apple Barrel. I love this red. It's like a deep vintagey vibe red. I've used it, I think, in primitive paintings as well. So yeah, I'm just trying to get used to this tool, you guys, because there's so much I could do if I knew how to use some tools. I'm still scared to death of a nail gun, but it may happen in the near future. But first up on my list to get is a saw. So I'm gonna try to get a saw and learn that next. And I know how to use a drill once the bit is in it. But why am I so scared? if the bit's not in it and I have to switch it, I don't use it. You know what I'm saying? Can I post the link to your tool? Please, yes, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Canada, but you can change it to USA. That's right. Yeah, you can. If you can't find something in Canada, change it. That might make your shipping a little insane, but you might be used to it, huh, April? Most of this will be shown, so I'll go ahead and just paint it too. No big deal. No, what did I do here? Okay, good. Okay. So we've got some roofs. We'll be touching these up, adding other colors and junk later, but just to give you guys a glimpse there. Such a beautiful color. Tuscan red, apple barrel. Okay, we got some doors. That's a building. Get your butt up there. All right, let's do some doors next. What color are we doing our doors? Maybe, what color are we doing the house? Hold on. This is also going to be maroon. I know that. Okay. Yeah. Yep. The doors will not have, I'm going to add some joint compound just for some texture in a second, but not on the doors. So I can go ahead and paint those as well. And that's all going to be glued, so I'll just get these in case any of this is shown, and I'll leave it back off of there. Okay, my scroll saw is my favorite. I think that's the type of one that he's saying I need. My husband's saying I need. We used a 6-inch like from a friend the other day. That's way too small. We can't be doing that. And then I think the one that I borrowed from my brother-in-law was like 12. So, and it was huge and it was fine for everything, but I was like, if we can save some money by going like maybe with a 10-inch or something smaller, then I will. Okay. Let me think about my life choices. All right, we're gonna have to do, okay. This will be painted flat. All right, so the doors I might just leave alone for a minute. The window is gonna be starting out black. This much I know. But I thought these houses are so precious, and I love the driftwood houses or scrapwood houses, depending on where the creator lives or whatever. I see them all over the internet. They're adorable, and I love the rustic-y ones especially, and I need to get used to that tool, so we'll still be doing thrift flips and painting and stuff, but this is fun too. It's fun. It's my latest obsession. Do the 16, trust me, you will want it. Okay. 16. That seems huge. I love my scroll saw. I do have a jigsaw. I do have that. Most of the time, I'm not afraid to use that. All right. And then I think I'm going to do this brown. This little like thing under the window. That's what we're gonna call that. Almost like a flower box looking type thing is what I was thinking. We'll do that brown. Maybe we'll add some white to it later. All right, so I think we got enough flat base coats on there. Now let's switch to some joint compound before I go any further and forget, because I'll be mad at myself. Miter. What tool are you talking about? Just came on. I've used this one, Hardell rotary tool. It's kind of like a Dremel. And then right now we're talking about different saws, because I've been looking at saws so that I can cut my own wood and be a little more self-sufficient rather than relying on anybody to have to borrow a saw from or have my husband help me because I'm scared, you know, that kind of thing. That kind of thing. All right, now there's some cut edges, there's some painted edges, all that good stuff. So I'm just going to put some of this on here wherever I want it, and this is why I drilled my holes first, because I didn't want to forget where I want holes later. Okay, and let me think. That's gonna have a roof on it. Okay. And then whenever you get enough on there, just kind of like picking that up, get the excess off. You can either leave it like that or even like smooth it out. I'm gonna try to smooth it a little, but that way I got some texture on there. I just like the way that that looks. I don't know how well you'll be able to tell the white on the white, but I'll show you. Do want a little bit there. Okay, and then that'll be glued. That'll have a roof. Got it. Okay. Okay, that we're gonna set down. Set it down. Canada, are you from, April? She's told me before, and I don't remember. That's gonna have a roof, so we're just gonna do the front and sides of this as well. Let me think. Yeah. Okay. That'll be glued back there. Yeah. Okay. And there's our little like section. That's gonna be our shed. That's what we'll call it. We have like a big building, a shed, and then maybe that's the addition, right? This is the window that needs to stay flat. Okay, so I think just these two pieces are left. And then, all right, that's gonna be glued, that's gonna be glued. All right, so we just need to do the front and the back of this piece. And you can cover up the hole if you want to. I just think it adds character, so I don't really care. Doesn't bother me a bit. Got a lot on there. Oh, looks like it might be covered anyhow, which is fine. Okay, so, and then I'm just gonna smooth that out. And I'll do the same-ish back here. Yes, exactly, Cindy, right? I was like, that'll look really cool. Now I'm gonna try to leave a hole open. And I already had, like, obviously cut these, and then I already sanded these with my orbital hand sander just because it's so much faster, y'all. So much faster. But that little Hardell is pretty quick too. But trying to use like a sand sponge or even a gator is a no-go on when you gotta do. I did probably 15 or 20 pieces at a time. All right, so let's stand that up. That'd be, okay. Yeah, let's stand that up. And then we'll do all four sides of this, right? Yes. Yep. Okay. Do all four sides of this. Oops. Got a clump. And then I'm gonna kind of drag it through this way. And then I'll also take it back down. I think I want it to be up and down. I believe that's what I want. Okay, so really pretty, just something like that. I could sit here and joint compound little. Okay, now I gotta pay attention here to my holes. Don't let me be covering up these holes now. I could sit here and just put joint compound on a bunch of shelf sitters all day long. I could do that. Okay. 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 And then let's see. How big did you say you're lazy? This one is a, oh my, you asked me too fast. I think a 17. Yeah, this one's a 17-inch. Lazy Susan. The hardware kit is either 5 inches for $6 or 6 inches for $5 at Home Depot. But it's just called a turntable hardware kit. My girlfriend, I think, I don't know if she's still on here, but she got like a 22 or 24-inch one. And I honestly even like that. Like I would leave it, I might leave it in some spots. Let's do it. And I think that works pretty good for her too. I had some like plastic ones when I first started crafting, probably from Amazon maybe, and they were 8 inches and 10 inches, and they were way too small for most of the projects I wanted to do. So that's why when I saw this at Home Depot, I was like, let's get the 17. And this has been my one for 3 years now. This has been the one and only. I tear it up and then I sand it back down and tear it up again. It's fun. Okay, let's take some of that off there. Okay, I decided to kind of leave some of the crazy because I just think it adds to it. So I'll try not to put my clothes in any of this and show you here what I got. I will fix, what did I just see? Was it that? Okay, so this is what we got. Just simple. Nothing crazy, super easy to do. Okay, and then what? Hello, Junk to Joyful, how are you, girl? Like that, it is big, exactly. Yeah, it works for big and small, which is, we were talking about the cells a minute ago. So now she's got me thinking, maybe I ought to do a bigger one. Okay. Now what? I'm going to dry, we're waiting on the doors, okay? We're just gonna wait. This is our little window pieces. What are those, roofs? Okay. I do wanna add some stucco to this. So I'm gonna dry that. And the little roofs. I feel like these are very forgiving because if you mess up, like you really can't. Did I say stucco? I meant joint compound. You're doing good. That's awesome. I meant joint compound, y'all. But you can't really mess it up. It's very forgiving. I like that about it. Okay. Okay. And then I'll just keep using this. It's kind of big, but it's okay. All right. So we are going to do our roofs and our, what is this called? This is going to be what, like our little mud room addition, entryway. This is going to have our front door on it. I got to pay attention to the time too because I am on Craft on the Clock this morning. And I need to focus. I need to focus. What time is it? Oh, that's going to be glued, so I don't want to get any up there. Okay. All that I really don't really like that I'm noticing is whenever I like put a dent in it like that, I don't want to leave that. Otherwise, I think I'm pretty good. Okay. And that's going to be glued, and the top's going to be the roof. So I think we're good. Once we get this on here. Let me show you. How do I show you this? There we go. Okay. It's very tiny. I might have to do some of these overhead too and just pre-record them so that it's not so hard for y'all to see. And then this is the roof. Okay, yeah. And it'll dry just off-white like it is. You could even add another color, whatever. Whatever. Okay. You can make these look rusty and crusty and old. But I like our one thing there, and I'm gonna let that be the star of this show. Okay, so there's that. And then, now let me think here. These will go this way, so okay. So I can leave that alone. Just need to add some here. And then any like puddles or clumps, I'll just grab off there. Okay, so there's that one. And then this one will go this way. Got it. Got it. This Friday, I think, is when we're doing a Dollar Tree Friday for Craft on the Clock, and I'm gonna do that. Pretty excited. I need to figure out what I'm doing for it. but I figure I got a bajillion Dollar Tree items in this craft room that need to be used up. So let's do it. Okay. See, I'm sticking my finger in this and everything, and it's not gonna matter. It's just gonna be beautiful anyway. Okay, so I think that's good for there. And then what is this too? What is this? Oh, that's to that, got it. Okay, this is also a roof. You know what? Doing a doing a template wouldn't have been a bad idea. But I was just kind of looking through my scrap wood box here, my my ramen noodle box that I use for scrap wood, and seeing what I had. So it kind of just depends. I swapped out pieces and everything. All right, so I think that's pretty good. I'm gonna use my finger because it's so tiny. There we go. I'll give you a little bit of texture too using your finger. Okay, so did I get all that? I believe that I did. Okay. All right. Okay. You've been on for 20. Thank you, Sarah. I appreciate that. Thank you for the hearts, Lucille. Appreciate that, girl. Okay, let's see. I think we're good on I think we're good on stucco for a minute. Joint compound. It ain't even joint compound, y'all. I keep saying that because it reminds me so much of it. It's called patching plaster, which I'm guessing is very similar. I have no idea. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to that stuff. Okay, so I know that it gives us texture and we love it. I'm gonna put this on low. Try to stay up off of it. Alright, now we've got our red here. I kind of want to start assembling it now to see what all, see all the colors come together. So I might do that. I'm going to use Titebond Quick and Thick for this, and then I might also have to add some hot glue. I think I'll save the roof for last. These are going to be our roof pieces, or just tile from Home Depot. I think I might save that for last though. But I think I just need to get some pieces glued so that I can see what in the heck and doodles I got going on. Might be time for more, what you call it here. Well, that brush just went bye-bye. There we go. And you could even put like spackling or this patching plaster in between here if you wanted the seams not to be shown between like the house parts and stuff. Okay, I'm gonna push this down. Push it down. Could probably also put glue on both of those parts. That's maybe what I should have done. But for now, this is what we're gonna do. Okay. Now let's find our drill holes. There they are. Okay, so this goes like so. And then I am going to, ooh, don't fall. There we go. All right, so I've got that on there just like that. Just looks like a little normal house. I need more parchment paper, y'all. Oh no, I bought some. I just haven't moved it here yet. All right, how we doing? Oh, we only got 10 minutes. We gotta hurry our butts up. I wasn't sure if we'd finish this today. So if we don't, I will hop on Thursday and finish it up with you guys around the same time. I usually go live Tuesdays and Thursdays around 9 a.m. Eastern time. So I don't want to rush it. I just want to learn the tool and learn what I like and have fun building it. Okay. So that's going to go there. this is gonna go here. Okay, this is gonna go here. Who are you? Oh yeah, this goes here. I'm glad I did all the roofs the same color because I did not know what that was for a brief moment in time. All right, let's start kind of getting this together so we know what next colors we can do. Okay, what is this? This goes here. All right, some doors. Let's do our doors. This one's definitely going to be black because I remember this one I want over there to look more like a shadow than a door, but it'll look like an opening. And since I'm not putting anything on the doors texture-wise, I'm just going to leave some of it undone near the sides, or you could paint it all and then sand it back. But that'll be that little door. You could put this on tape too. If you have a bunch of pieces to do together, if you put them on tape, it'll go a lot faster. Okay. Okay. That'll be that little door, and then this little door goes there. Okay. Okay, and that will be this little door right there. Okay, so now we can look at it and get our teal and yellow kind of where we want it here. And we'll have some red through here too. Okay, yes, yes, yes. Got it, okay. All right, just gonna focus on the front and the sides for today. We'll do the back another day, or when I'm done with this live. Okay, so I am gonna throw some other colors through here. I have like that's gone. I have some of these like very worn brushes that are kind of scraggly. I'm not gonna pull on any of them anymore, but I've got some of those. So I'm gonna take some yellow first. Get some off on a paper towel or your plate there. And I'm just gonna kind of put some through. And I'm not trying to like fully cover anything or put it super heavy because I want other colors too. Do y'all hear the herd of elephants upstairs? Those are my 2 children. That's only 2 children. That's it. Okay. But they're giggling and they're happy. So I'll take it. Okay. Okay. All right. And then let's see. Just throwing some through here. And I'll pick one up so you can kind of see. So just put a little bit of color through there. Not really like fully covering anything. Okay, and then I'm just gonna put a tiny bit of yellow through the red pieces, like even maybe, hey guys, come on. What are they doing? Body slamming each other? Honestly. They need to get out of the house, y'all. It's been raining here and it's going to warm up tomorrow. And we have an appointment tomorrow, but I'm gonna have to take them to a park or something to spend some energy, because do you hear this? So just adding just a little bit of color through those ones, okay? Let me dry this quickly, because I only got 6 minutes. They are 9, 10, and 18. The 18-year-old is likely still sleeping for another at least 7 days. But these two are not. My daughter sleeps pretty good. My son wakes up with the sun. But I never put any yellow on this. Okay, put some yellow on this. I must have forgot it existed. Okay. All right, and then we're gonna take some teal. Where's that scraggle brush? Here's our little scraggle brush. It's my Einstein brush. It's my Einstein brush. Okay, I'm gonna take some, and then I'm gonna just I put some on my brush, and then I'm just kind of getting some extra off. And this, I'm just kind of tapping. You could brush, you could swipe, you could do whatever. I kind of like different stuff. Okay. So it's just gonna look like that. And then just imagine a rusty nail hanging out of there. Maybe like a washer, a rusty washer up in here. Oh, yes, please. Okay. I forgot what I was doing. I'm supposed to be dabbing. Okay. They're so loud sometimes I'll think one of them's crying, and they'll just both start laughing at how worried I am that one of them's crying. I can't even. Okay. All right. So we've got some blues in there. Okay. I need a little bit more red. I ran out of my red. And I need a scraggle brush. Here we go. This will do. That'll do, donkey. And I don't know if I ever tried any of this, but just for giggles. Yeah, we are not going to be assembling this today, but that's okay. So when we come back on Thursday, we're going to assemble everything together. It'll give all this time to heal, to cure and dry. We'll assemble all this together, and we'll do the rusty screws and all the stuff. Okay. So just adding a little bit of character to the house, making it look as old and rustic as we can. And I might use a palette knife, you guys. We only got 2 minutes. Good morning, Dory. How are you? Hello, Doodle Denise Designs. How are you doing, girl? I might use a palette knife to add some blue on here, so that it's, because I want more blue than I want like red or yellow. Just going all the ways. Some of your plaster stuff will fall off, and some will stay. All right, let's try this, and let's see. We have 2 minutes. Yeah, I might do a palette knife and add some blue. Like I said, you could use some spackle or joint compound or whatever and get in these little cracks. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be so cute. So I will leave it alone so that you guys can see all the steps from start to finish. Okay, I will leave it alone. I'm just going to add some palette knife stuff glue right now. And maybe I'll use this one because it's different shape here. And just kind of show you what I mean. And it'll pick up on your high points, so wherever you put that plaster stuff, wherever paint is sticking up, and we'll just let this dry, you guys, and then we'll come back in a couple days and see where we're at with everything. So that's as far as we got today, y'all. That is as far as we got today. There's going to be somebody after me on Craft on the Clock. The link is in my description. If you'd like to join the group, you can watch creators all day and night from sunup to sundown, Monday through Friday. And they do lots of fun things on the weekends sometimes too. It's a very fun group, and I have learned a lot from everyone in it, including Miss Tracy, who runs it. So join it if you haven't already. And it is 10 o'clock, y'all. So this is as far as we got today. We'll finish her up on Thursday, and I will see y'all again next time. Have a good one. Bye.